Hey, Richest, you money maniacs, welcome back. In this video, we're going to talk about why money is so absolutely vital to everybody. Let's get right to it. Hey, Richest, you money maniacs, welcome back. Tom coming at you. Thanks for tuning in again, and thanks to all of our new subscribers. It's exciting to see everybody starting to not only subscribe to the channel, but enjoy more and more of our content, some older videos as well as the newer stuff. And thanks to all of our new viewers on library.tv too. It's really exciting to have things kind of growing on both channels now. That's pretty cool. So in this video, I wanted to kind of get back to some of the basics about why we started the Richest You channel in the first place. We come from the school of abundance, and we believe phrases like the tide raises all boats. And so sharing this knowledge with everybody is done on purpose because we believe firmly that the more people that understand how money actually works, how finance actually works, how economics actually works, and utilize it in their own lives, the better the world will be for it. The whole purpose of sharing this information is to help make you as successful as you want to be, as wealthy as you want to be, as healthy as you want to be. That's the point of sharing this information. Now, why is money so important? Because money is what built civilization. It allowed cultures to expand from just being small, tiny villages to cities, counties, states, nations, empires, to global economic forces. It allows people to exchange value conveniently. Now, that sounds like such an easy thing to say, but what you're talking about is the difference between carrying around a herd of cattle and a whole field full of corn and trying to find somebody who needs cattle or somebody who needs corn. So remember, in some of my earlier videos, I discussed how the difference between money and currency and why that's important. Now it's to the point where we basically just exchange electrons, ones and zeros in our phones. We just click a couple buttons and boom, we get credits in an account, and it's called money. But it's not really, it's actually currency. Money, as you've learned in some of my videos, is the abstract value that humans put on items. And so that abstract value is what causes the exchange to occur. I need milk, you have a cow, I've got corn, so you need to be able to feed your cows. You take the corn, I take the cow, I get milk, and everybody's happy. So with that idea in mind, remember this too, especially in the current climate of what's happening around the world. Money is what motivates people. A lot of folks would claim that they're motivated by a good cause. And there are a lot of people that I've worked with in my life who lived their life by that code. I only go and work on things that I'm passionate about. However, I also witnessed a lot of those people have their funding dry up and their programs get canceled or their research get canceled. And the harsh reality of it was they still had to pay their rent or their mortgage. They still had to buy food. They still had to find a way to take care of their family, their kids or their wife or their husband. They still had to find ways to buy new shoes because shoes wear out, clothing wear out. You need to get a haircut. You need to brush your teeth. You need to take a shower once in a while and have soap. And all of those things in society nowadays costs money, currency. You have to produce something so that you can get paid in currency or money, if you're using silver or gold, to be able to continue to sustain your quality of life. See, that's the thing. Now, there's a very big difference between just working and doing anything to acquire money and working and doing something to acquire money or currency, but it's something that you're passionate about too. Now, that's how I lived most of my life. I was a musician. I loved playing music. I was passionate about it. So I would go wherever I could find someone who would pay me to play music. I would actively move and search for places. Unlike some people where they just want to find a job and just stay in that one place and expect somebody to pay them, right? So I was always looking for the better job, the better venue. And then I became an entrepreneur, and I was looking for better clients, better customers, better areas, better regions, better products. Then I started to think and expand in terms of business and in terms of marketing on a much larger scale, considering all of the multiple moving pieces there. So the really cool thing is, that's what motivated me, was the money. But it was also the love of what I was working on. If it was a product that I believed in, even to this day, then I can easily sell it to someone because I believe it's actually going to help them. I know that it will work. I know that it will help save them time and money, and that helps them make money so that they can take care of their family. Or even better, if it's for an agency, then it's an agency that's helping other folks to be able to get on their feet. They're able to help more people in their community by providing a product that makes their processes more efficient. So I'm making money, but I'm doing something that I love, right? Even making these videos, I love sharing this information with you, but I absolutely intend at some point to make money off of this as well, because that's what motivates people. The value exchange. I try to provide value in these videos, and I hope that someday that investment of time and focus will pay me back as a residual stream of income over a long period of time, a lot of money. And that money will allow me to pay for my rent, to pay for my clothes, to pay for my mortgage, to pay to take care of my family, to go on trips, to go to see the movie, to go have dinner, to enjoy the things that life has to offer. That's the point. Why is money so important? Because it is the most basic, fundamental motivator of human beings. A lot of people, you hear them talk about, there are two things that motivate people. The motivation to either receive pleasure, amusement or otherwise, or to avoid pain, physical pain or emotional pain. Those are the two big motivators when it comes to, especially when you're doing sales training. When you talk about avoiding pain, so you talk about selling on a fear basis, right? You want people to be afraid of dying so they get life insurance, afraid of dying so they get medical insurance, afraid of getting hurt so they put their seatbelt on and they buy a car that's safer, things like that. If it's pleasure, then you want to sell them on the idea that this TV is the biggest in the market and it gives you the best, clearest view, clearest imagery, and the best sound you'll ever find anywhere. And you will not only get to enjoy the way movies look and sound, but you get to brag to your friends. That's pleasure, right? So, or the pleasure of food that makes you feel better. You come to our restaurant, we use all organic ingredients, and that will make you healthier and you will feel better. Pleasure, pain. But the one thing that is required for both of those is money. The exchange of value, whether it be through currency or whether it be through bartering, it doesn't matter. Money motivates people. Now, a lot of folks will say, well, I can't be bought. Well, that depends. It depends on how the sale is made, especially because it happens every day in politics. You have people who are elected to public office with the best of intentions, who are presented with situations where they have to compromise their own personal moral compass. Now, it isn't a bad thing that they have to compromise. It may be the simple realization that the world does not work the way they thought it worked. That good and bad is not black and white. In some countries, it's illegal for children under the age of 10 to work in factories. In other countries, children under the age of 10 must work in factories or else their family will starve. And the children who are working are grateful for the paycheck. They appreciate the fact that they're able to work at all and bring food home to their starving family. How about that for a perspective? So would you pass a law that requires them to not be able to work and now their family starves because no one else in the family except for the 7-year-old can go to work and make money? Everybody else is sick and dying. They're all starving to death. How do you judge that? How do you balance that morally based on what your own experience is? You can't. You have to find a center ground. And that's the most difficult part for most elected officials, is to be able to find that compromise that allows everyone to find their highest good, their highest, best experience. So think about that in terms of when you're talking about money, or when you're talking about what motivates people to engage you to exchange value. If you're looking to bring more wealth into your life, now you know money is what motivates them. They also are motivated after money by avoiding pain or finding more pleasure. All of those things can help you develop streams or products or businesses that can bring more value to you. But remember something, that's why money is so important. Money makes it convenient to exchange value on an unlimited basis. Money is scalable. And so the value that you exchange and the value that you negotiate can be as big or as small as you want it to be. Remember something, especially nowadays, the difference between $1 and $1 trillion is just 12 keystrokes. Just 12 keystrokes, 12 little zeros. They just move the decimal over. They just move a couple commas over. It's not actually printing of money anymore even. So that's why money is so important. Only money will actually get people to get up off their rears and move. Now, here's the opposite of that. Right now, the United States is experiencing the exact opposite. Elected officials have offered to send people money for free just to stay home, to help try and reduce the challenge that's occurring in the health industry right now. They're paying people to stay home, and the effect is that people have decided it's way more fun to stay home and get paid than it is to go to work where I don't want to be in the first place and get paid less. That's going to be a very difficult trend to change. Now, here's the good news for you. If you get out front of changing yourself and your own attitude and going after making value exchanges happen and looking for those opportunities while everybody else is just waiting for their free handout and shutting their brains off, you will for certain, I almost could guarantee it, find huge success simply because you stayed the course. You brought value all the way along. You didn't get sucked into that trap of free money, because really what you're talking about is free poverty. That's really what you're talking about. Well, without going into too much detail of that, what I'll do is just summarize by saying there are many reasons that money is extremely vital. It built civilization. It makes value exchanges convenient. It makes business scalable. It also makes your success possible easily. So look at what's around you and find a need. Especially nowadays, there are so many people that are in need, and there's so many different services that are going to be needed, especially once things start to kind of open up again and start to roll. And there's a huge amount of opportunity now. And now that you're studying money and you understand it better, you're going to see those opportunities and you're going to know how to find them and then capitalize on them. So I hope you found this video helpful. I definitely, if anybody has any questions about this content or this subject, write them in the comments down below. If you liked the video, please give a thumbs up. And if you didn't, give a thumbs down and make a comment so we can discuss it. And maybe you could help me improve the value that I'm trying to share with you, especially if it didn't make sense. Let me know, and I'm happy to make another video explaining it in more detail. If you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. I'd love to be able to notify you every time we put up a new video. Until next time, thanks for tuning in and take care.